Hey, online teachers, Teacher Justin here, helping you take your online teaching to the next level. Today we're talking about how to get kids to smile. That, as we know, is the foundation for everything in online education with kids, is actually getting them to be animated, to want to do what you're doing, because we all know, different from the real classroom where you're big bad teacher, they better listen to the big bad teacher. Online, we have to catch the flies with honey versus vinegar, so to speak. And so you have to get them smiling. This is the foundation for everything else. Smiling means sounds, movement, imagination, laughs, and energy. 5 levers that you can use to engage your students. Let's take a look. When it comes to sounds, keep in mind, sometimes your kids, half the time, the kid's not even looking at you. So it doesn't matter that you're showing them your pet guinea pig. You gotta find something that will get their eyes back on you. Whether that be some instruments, egg shakers, trumpets, guitars, ukuleles, whatever you have, or something, just noises that you make with your own mouth, like Donald Duck, oh boy, Mickey Mouse, or Kermit the Frog has a green nasally tone. Whatever it might be, have a nice repertoire of sounds that you can use to get the students' attention back on you. Once you've gotten their attention, you need to keep their attention. No better way to keep a kid focused, as you all know, than to keep them moving. I think we all know, most kids, they can't even think if they're not moving. At least that's how I was. You probably tell by how much I use my hands. Think like, wow, this guy's really a spaz, isn't he? But it really makes sense. And there's different types of movement. There's focus movement, like sometimes you get the kid to dance or clap because they did a good job. And sometimes you might get them to move because it's part of the vocabulary. And that's big. TPR, total physical response. Anybody who's been teaching English as a foreign language for long enough, or any foreign language, knows the efficacy of TPR. You get the kid to move. That's the secret. So, sounds, movement, imagination. The reason here I say imagination and not just images or props is because there's more to it than that. I'm not just going to show the kid my giraffe. I'm going to have some sort of interaction going on. I want there to be a story, right? So I have to sort of get into character. It's not showing them the animal, it's interacting. I can feed the giraffe, I can have a conversation with the giraffe. It nods, it shakes, it looks over at you, gets your opinion. So I'm interacting with it, it's interacting with me. We're creating a story, we're using our imagination. This is key. This is what's going to make your props effective, is understanding that behind your props, you should be creating this little world that the student can look in on. The next element is laughs. And here's the secret, is some people they think too much about this and they're too worried about how they get the laughs. It doesn't matter how you get the laughs. This girl, she's laughing. It doesn't matter if she saw something funny, if you told her a funny joke, whether you stood on your head, hit your head, you threw a ball in from out of the screen and acted like you have no idea where it came from. Whatever that might be, the techniques, slapstick, corny stuff, it doesn't matter how you got the kid to laugh. If you got the kid to laugh, then you did a good job. Finally, we come to energy. And this is a tricky one, because how do you bring energy to class? It's about thinking about this class as a performance. Think about the class as a performance. Think about, what is this girl doing here? Facial expression, movement, pose, posture. She's in it. She's in character. I'd encourage you to do the same thing and find an energy mentor, whether it's Jim Carrey, Charlie Chaplin, Mr. Bean. Think about actors that are very expressive, that have 1,000 different facial expressions. Sometimes, just with your facial expressions, you can keep a kid eating out of the palm of your hand. So I'm going to give you a list of examples of each one of these elements: sounds, movement, imagination, laughs, and energy. And now, hopefully, you can feel more confident to go into your classroom and get your kids to smile, because that's the secret to success. I hope you've enjoyed this experience as much as I have. Thank you for tuning in. Leave me questions in the description, in the comments, and I would love to continue this dialogue. Until next time, my friends, happy teaching.